Muna was just a young boy when he left his village in search of a better life. His heart was full of dreams far bigger than the walls of the village that had always confined him. He thought life beyond his small community would offer him the success and freedom he yearned for. So, with hope in his eyes, Muna set off for the city, leaving behind everything he knew. The city was nothing like he imagined. It was loud, chaotic, and overwhelming. People rushed through the streets, and the noise never stopped. Muna felt small, lost, and unsure of how to start. One day, as he wandered through the busy streets, he was approached by a group of older boys. They seemed confident, knowing exactly what they were doing. They saw Muna's confusion and, with a mix of charm and cunning, offered him a way out. "You look lost," one of them said. "What brings you to the city?" Muna, desperate to find his place, told them he was looking for work, a new life. The leader of the group smiled slyly and said, "Work? That's not what we do, but we can show you how to survive. Stick with us, and you'll never go hungry." They promised him protection, guidance, and a way to make money, quick and easy. Muna, eager for a better life, reluctantly accepted their offer, not knowing what he was stepping into. They introduced him to a world of crime, a world where every step seemed like a shortcut to success. At first, Muna hesitated, but the allure of money, the thrill of living on the edge, quickly began to draw him in. His first robbery was quick. The group had a plan, swift and simple. They struck in the dead of night, and before Muna could even process what had happened, they were miles away, the loot in their hands. He felt a rush of excitement, but a part of him also felt uneasy. This wasn't the life he had imagined, but it was too late to back out now. The robberies grew bolder, the stakes higher. Each mission, each stolen dollar, made Muna feel like he was getting closer to the life he had always dreamed of. He became more reckless, more fearless. But somewhere deep inside, he knew this path wasn't the one he had originally set out to walk. It was a path full of danger, a road that promised nothing but destruction. But Muna was too far gone to see that clearly. Then, one night, everything changed. After another successful heist, as the group tried to disperse and go their separate ways, the sound of police sirens pierced the air. Panic erupted. The boys scattered, but Muna wasn't fast enough. He tripped and was quickly surrounded. The police caught him, and he was dragged to the ground, handcuffed, his heart racing with fear. "No!" Muna cried out as they dragged him away. "It wasn't supposed to end like this. I was just trying to survive." In the holding cell, Muna sat alone, the weight of his choices pressing down on him. His former crew was already in custody, and he was left to face the consequences of his actions. As he stared at the wall, Muna reflected on the path that had led him here. He had left his village hoping for something better, but instead, he had found a life of crime, lies, and regret. The city hadn't given him what he wanted. It had used him and discarded him when he was no longer needed. The next day, Muna stood before a judge. His future was uncertain, his hands tied. The judge looked at him with a sense of sympathy. "Muna, you've made poor choices, but you are still young. The law will hold you accountable for your actions, but there is a chance for redemption. Your future is still in your hands." Muna wasn't sure what the future held, but he knew that he had to take responsibility for what he had done. He couldn't change the past, but he could choose how to move forward. It wasn't too late for him to find redemption, though the road would be difficult. Months later, Muna found himself in a juvenile rehabilitation center, working with counselors who helped him confront the pain of his past. He was learning, slowly, how to make amends for his mistakes and build a life that was true to who he really was. Not the boy he thought he wanted to be, but the boy he had always been deep down. The road ahead was long, and Muna knew it wouldn't be easy. but for the first time in a long while he felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, he could find what he was really searching for. A better life. A life he could be proud of. And so, Muna took his first steps down a new path, uncertain, but determined to make things right.